ILkay, congratulations on another big performance, big result. How do you sum this up?
Thank you. It's the end of the season, so every game is crucial. Every game is like a final. And I feel like over the last few years, this place has always become like very, very tough for us. And even more, we feel like this is a big win.
Two beautifully taken goals, but particularly the first one, you had to think very quickly, didn't you?
Yeah, I felt that I was free because both centre backs, I think, were focused on Erling. So I saw the space, but the ball was a little bit behind my run. So I had to adjust, and somehow, I was able to take a touch, and I just tried my luck, and it worked out perfectly.
Well, it paid off. 4 goals now in your last 2 Premier League games. How are you able to embrace this pressure so well in the title run-in?
Well, I think we have a very experienced team, and it's not really a new situation to us, competing for the last few games of the season with someone else. And the margin for mistakes is very slim. We know that, and I think that we were able to live these moments already in the past helps us a lot. And it's sometimes just about staying calm, trust in your abilities. And I think even though it was tough today in the first half, I think this is exactly what we have done.
Well, a huge congratulations on the result and your goals. You are the player of the match. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, he's produced again. Manchester City have 11 wins in a row in the Premier League at exactly the time they normally produce it. 2 goals again for him. Just describe that first finish again for us. No matter what Everton could or should have done, what about this finish?
Like I said before, it's amazing the way he adjusts. He changes the angle of his thigh with it all. But when it comes out to Mahrez, he's already there. He's just sitting in the space where Haaland left. But the way he changes his thigh angle just to kill the ball and put the ball where he wants so he can hook it. Like when you see it now, it's high, then he drops it low, and then he just hooks it in. And like to think that quickly, it shows you it's a man of confidence and playing at the top of his game. I think he's a phenomenal player. He just glides through games all the time.
Does he actually get the love, the credit he deserves sometimes amongst all those superstars for you, right?
I think so. I think especially when you remember like last season where he was the one who was scoring the goals that kept City going. I do feel that he gets the credit, but of course he should be getting more for what he's done. He's a top international player. He's a top Premier League player. We've seen his capabilities, especially at the business end of the season. He's still doing the great stuff. Again, I can't give him enough credit. At the same time, I'm very disappointed with Everton. But then you're looking at Everton's side that you can't afford to make the mistakes that they made in this game, because even when they didn't close down Mahrez, the thing is that even that the ball was behind Gundogan, he was able to manipulate it in a way where he can still get the shot on target. So it's very, very difficult to contain this team. They're a brilliant team.
And he's been a terrific stalwart. That was his 300th game for City today. And he marked it with his first direct free kick since May 19. That actually clinched the Premier League title away at Brighton, the last one.
I knew as soon as he stood up he was going to take it. He takes quite a few of them every now and again, but when he does take it, it's never really that power. It's normally like a clip over enough, keeps it at the right height. You might question Pickford's positioning on it, but other than that, it's a great finish for me.
I just think that when you've got that quality of player and it's in the vicinity where it was, it's just outside the box. It's just far enough where the goalkeeper can't quite see the ball. Like you mentioned Pickford there, and it doesn't quite go into the corner. But where Pickford is, you could see it's very difficult because the quality of the player, he's putting it there. Pickford can't afford to take another step to the right in his positioning, because he can easily put it the other side because the ball will be coming so quickly in respect around the wall that he won't have seen it. So there's not much Pickford can do about that once he gets that on target.
Your point from before the game, you heard him say that the centre-backs were preoccupied with Erling Haaland. He actually had more touches in the Everton box than any other player, ILkay Gundogan, today. That's the Haaland effect, creating space and opportunities for others.
Exactly that. I think a lot of people focus on his lack of touches within the box space, which as a striker, you want him to be in there. But I think when he's not in that area, it opens spaces up for the third man run. People focus all on him. Even the fullbacks at times, they're more focused on the ball going to him, as we saw a few balls went over the top to Phil Foden, a couple went over to Kyle Walker, and that's because he's controlling so many of them without it, because they don't want to push too far out to the wingers, so they stay tight with their centre-backs as well, and it opens up a lot of space and a lot of options for everybody else.
It's such a ridiculous stat when people are talking about how many touches. I remember watching him against Forest. I think he had 11 touches and he scored a hat-trick. It doesn't make any difference. You know, they used to say the same thing about Lukaku. Some of these players are low-touch strikers, but when you've got the service that you can get, they're not fussed about that, because Erling Haaland doesn't need to be coming into midfield to do stuff, really. He doesn't need to be doing all that stuff, because there's so many players in and around that area doing that. He can just stay in the box. So, of course, he's going to have a minimum amount of touches, and he'll probably score 2 or 3 goals. It's a stupid stat when they keep going up with how many touches he's had, because he can have 5 touches and probably score 4 goals. It doesn't make any difference.
Well, he's scored 52 goals in all competitions now, Erling Haaland. Right, here's his manager. No doubt he's happy. Pep Guardiola.
Well, Pep, that's another big win. What are your thoughts on the performance and what the result means?
It's where we come from. So between Champions League game, semi-final, so it was difficult. And here, after 1-5 in Brighton, and the momentum that they had, and since the minute 1, we took the game in our hands, and was a brilliant stratospheric performance for us. So in the end of the season, come here, do it. So 1 more game, we need 2 more victories, 3 games left, 2 more victories to be champion, and yeah, the step-by-step recovery, play Wednesday against Madrid, and go on.
You had to wait until the 37th minute to get the first goal. Were you always sure it was coming? Was it all part of the patient plan?
Well, they defend deep. The transitions are amazing, not just with Calvert-Lewin, not just with Obi, with Decouré. And they beat mainly against Brighton in this way. And with Kyle and Manu, we control it really, really well. But the transition set pieces is the best team by far in the league. So every corner is a chance for them. It's almost unstoppable. They beat Arsenal here with the set pieces. They had 2 or 3 chances in that way, but we control the game mainly, and it's question to be patient, and we attack the spaces where Riyad was amazing, and we feel both wingers were stratospheric as well, and in the right moment we finished them.
What about that first goal? Clever.
Gundogan is a tempo, arrive in the box is amazing, and the first goal, the third, to score, how many goals to score in important ones, and yeah, really important.
Tell us about the intensity of the last few days, and indeed every day right now, with games coming so thick and fast and such important games.
Yeah, but at the same time, what I said in the press conference, so every time you win, is you bring energy, you take energy for the next one. So it's a lot of games until the season, until Brentford game. We have every 3-4 days game. But when we are playing what we are playing, so yeah, we're recovering well, and we're going to do it.
And what about Wednesday night? The excitement must be huge for all of the players, for all of the staff, for everybody at the club.
Yeah, of course it is. So semi-final Champions League. So what can I say with Real Madrid at home? So, but I said to the guys these days, so relax. So try to arrive with a spirit, calm, and do what you have done the last 4 or 5 years. So do everything there with our people, and after the players, the luck, the many things going to dictate the final result.
Thanks, Pep.
Manchester City's 500th win in the Premier League, 196 of them under Pep Guardiola. They've done their job. Arsenal just have to win